Hello, this is Chapter 10, Online Content and Media. This chapter summarizes the various businesses that are based on delivery of online content. Table 10.1 provides an overview of the major trends for 2015 to 2016. The chapter then begins with a review of the overall size, growth, and the structure of the media industries in the United States, and then focuses on publishing, newspapers, magazines, and ebooks, and entertainment, movies, television, music, and games. The content industries are the most challenged by the internet of any industry simply because the internet is, at its heart, a media network distribution platform of extraordinary power that has the capability to disrupt traditional media distribution and business models. The internet has disrupted media industries like music and newspapers, cutting revenues and employment in half over the course of a decade. For other media industries, such as book publishing and entertainment, the internet has proved challenging but not devastating to revenues, and in some cases has added to revenues by making it more convenient for consumers to consume more content. Even for these content industries, however, the internet has had a significant impact and has created entire new business models. The overall pattern is that physical products are being replaced by digital versions delivered on computers, tablets, and smartphones. Even as consumers reduce consumption of traditional physical content products, they maintain and often increase their exposure to content on digital platforms. What's changing is how people consume media. The key point you should take away from this chapter is that the primary challenge facing online content companies is how to achieve profitability when so much content on the web is offered for free, especially when consumers have an expectation that content should be free. In order to achieve profitability, content providers need to create high perceived value products that can be uniquely delivered over the web. Content companies will need to develop new types of content products, encourage new delivery technologies, and agree on industry platform standards. This process of change is underway, but it will take many years. For the media industry, Apple's iTunes Store has succeeded while changing for music, videos, and now books. Other platform owners such as Google and Amazon are following suit. Premium video firms like Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube generate significant new revenues for television and movie producers. The concept of paying for online content has become acceptable, even cool. This becomes especially critical as the advertising business model, supporting online content like music or news through advertising, becomes less successful, and media companies need to rely on paid subscriptions to survive and profit. Now, cord cutters and cord shavers, the emerging internet broadcast systems. This case is a good way to begin the discussion about the issues raised in this chapter. The case illustrates the blurring of lines between traditional television and movie distribution and online content distribution, and the impact of changing viewership habits on traditional business models. Some questions for discussion include: do you subscribe to any online video streaming services? If so, which ones? What sites have given you the best overall viewing or entertainment experience, and why? What advantage does watching traditional television have over watching online TV and films? Now let's take a look at content, audience, and market. The average American consumes various media for about 4,300 hours each year. The focus of many advertisers today is the demographic known as millennials, or the generation of people born between 1980s and 2000. The Insight on Society case, Are Millennials Really All That Different?, takes a close look at millennials and their importance to the online media landscape. Questions for discussion include the following: what are some of the defining socioeconomic and behavioral patterns of millennials? In what ways does the hard evidence about millennials not fit stereotypes about them? Why are millennials so sought after by advertisers? Do you self-identify as millennials? Why or why not? Next is digital content revenue models. Today, there are three primary revenue models for delivering content: subscription, a la carte, and advertising supported, both free and freemium. Media convergence is an important factor in achieving profitable online content. Let's review online publishing industry. The publishing industry is more than $100 billion industry with extraordinary potential to move toward new generations of online newspapers, books, and magazines. However, achieving profitability has proved difficult. The newspaper industry faces 4 challenges. Increasingly, consumers use mobile devices to consume news and view ads, which detracts from newspaper print ad and subscription revenues. Alternative online sources and portals of news that challenge the exclusive content of newspapers have emerged. Newspaper management has failed to adjust to these changes in a timely manner. The growth of social media has meant that consumers discover news on social media sites, not by browsing newspapers. Newspapers have become increasingly dependent on social media platforms to direct consumers to news articles, bypassing the front pages of newspapers and reducing advertising revenue for newspapers. Newspapers are struggling to develop a digital-centric model of the newspaper. Now the insight on business case, Vox, the all digital news sites. Questions for discussion on this case might include the following. How do you read the news online? Which sites do you prefer and why? Have you visited any Vox sites? How are all digital news sites changing journalism? What unique qualities have made Vox Media be seen as the future of digital news publishing? Next, magazines, which had been written off as basically dead, with circulation dropped in half from 2001 to 2012, have received a new life with the advent of the tablet computer and magazine aggregator apps. E-books continue to be a hot topic in 2015. E-books have finally arrived and are a major profit center for the large players. The iPhone and iPad and Kindle and other e-reader devices and software have received much media attention. Book publishers and Amazon are increasingly at odds over the pricing of e-books. And this conflict is likely to remain for many years. Amazon dominates the e-book market with a 65% share, while the top 5 book publishers produced over 70% of all print books. The next topic is online entertainment industry. This section takes a look at the major entertainment industry groups: television, movies, music, and video games. You should have little trouble relating to these topics, given how much time you typically spend consuming online entertainment. You can think about your own television and video viewing habits and how they have changed over your lifetime. Are they cord cutters or cord shavers? How many tweet or engage in other social media experiences while viewing television? How many watch TV shows or video on mobile devices? Which online distributors have you had experience with besides YouTube? The next case, Hollywood and the Internet, Let's Cut a Deal, examines Hollywood's continuing efforts to deal with the issues posed to its business by the Internet. Discussion questions for this case include the following. What challenges has the Internet posed to traditional Hollywood movie distribution? What is the biggest challenge? Can Internet distribution work with the release window strategy? Do you think Hollywood is doing a better job protecting its content than the music industry? What is the most realistic and profitable path forward for the Hollywood film industry? Finally, in the music industry, where streaming services such as Pandora and Spotify have gained a foothold, and the gaming industry, which is also experiencing explosive growth. Thank you.